That's too much gear. You gotta cut it down. We'll never get off the ground.
Gotcha. All right, break it down, boys. Close quarter weapons, comm units, ordnance, sleep agent, dump the rest.
Steven Seagal and Kurt Russell are just two of the men who try to defeat airplane hijackers carrying poison gas to Washington, D.C. in Executive Decision, the thriller that's one of 5 new movies we'll be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert, including the first major film from Friends TV star Matt LeBlanc and a new comedy starring real-life lovers Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith. I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. Our first film is Executive Decision, and this is one of those movies that teeter-totters between being a thriller and being a satire of itself. There are some scenes here that could easily fit right into one of those Hot Shots movies. As the film opens, a 747 has been hijacked by terrorists, and a United States Special Forces unit is planning to use a stealth-type jet to secretly board the plane in midair. Steven Seagal heads the operation, and along for the ride is an intelligence analyst played by Kurt Russell.
The safe house in Trieste. That was your intel, wasn't it?
Nerve gas was there, Colonel. Operation was late.
If you say so. I just hope your averages improve a little.
But sudden turbulence jeopardizes the transfer, and Seagal finds there isn't quite time for him to make it up the pressurized tube to the big plane.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Someone has got to close the hatch now or we're all gonna die. Do it now. We're on the Colonel, we're not gonna make it.
Russell believes the terrorists have a deadly nerve gas on board the plane, and the hijacking is only a decoy to allow the plane into America where the gas can be spread. He enlists the help of a flight attendant played by Halle Berry.
You're looking for a man with an electronic device. He's probably
Sorry. Hold the phone right.
At the beginning of the film, Russell took flying lessons. So it goes without saying that sooner or later he's going to be called on to land the jumbo jet. There are some difficulties of logic that defy description in this movie, and they rather trouble me. For example, since the bad guys have already successfully smuggled the poison gas on board the plane, if their real objective is to get it to Washington, why not just sit back, enjoy the flight, watch the movie, and let the plane fly there? Why bother hijacking it and calling attention to themselves? But I guess that's not the sort of question you're supposed to ask in a preposterous movie like this, which I must confess I did enjoy. Part of me liked the good stuff, including the special effects, and the rest of me loved the bad stuff, like that secret map the terrorist is carrying in his coat pocket, which shows a map of Washington with a lot of circles drawn around it. Very useful map. Executive Decision may not be good, but it is fun.
It is fun, and I enjoyed it, and maybe I enjoyed it more than you because I thought that this director, this guy, the director's name is Stuart Baird. I did a little research. He's edited the first 2 Superman movies, the first 2 Lethal Weapon movies, and also Die Hard 2. This is his first crack at it as a director, and he threw everything into it. A lot of other directors would have stopped this picture before the landing of the plane sequence and a couple others. There's some natural finishes to this movie, and he's going full tilt. One other thing, a great device. You're dealing with a cramped space, basically, a plane, okay? Limited amount of visuals. He comes up with these little pen-like cameras that stick up through the floor of the main cabin and down through the ceiling.
So they could look around.
And it gives you distorted lens views of these spaces, which visually on the big screen are fascinating to look at.
Now, there are, you have to admit, a lot of problems with logic in the film. And a lot of people would, you know, people come out of a movie like this and they say, well, I didn't like it because, and then they list the logical problems. And to me, I like finding the logical problems. That's part of the fun.
There's so much high energy here, they're not going to be thinking about the logic of it all. Okay.